So, Ann, you'll enjoy that Jaws DVD. It's right up your alley.
Yes.
You wanted to talk about the Jaws exhibit at Universal, Ann?
How lame is the Universal Studios tour Jaws thing? The whole tour is
the whole
lame.
tour blows.
Yeah. You get on these trams if you've never done this. I think everyone's done it at some point in their life. If you've ever been to California, or what's even worse than the California one, at least the California one, I think they actually used some of the sets.
I don't even believe that.
Like the
Florida
car,
like the car from Back to the Future. Yeah. That's
no, that obviously isn't the one that was.
Oh, yeah, that's the Blues Brothers car. Yeah, I believe that.
No, on the Universal lot, they did have Leave It to Beaver's house.
Right.
In California. Now, I think, Steve, do you know anything about that?
What, the Universal? I took that tour actually last October. So
in California or Florida?
In California, yeah.
Okay, and I think a lot of those sets
are legit?
Were used, or...
Sure. They got like the facade from, Psycho.
Yeah, they got the Psycho
with the little motels down below and stuff.
Facades. It's not like these full-blown houses.
No, it's just the front. Oh, and boy, the tram driver doesn't let you forget that.
These, of course, are called facades. As we drive around the back of the house, you'll notice that, oh, look, no walls. I guess June Cleaver couldn't get dressed in here. Which means false front facade. And now the Jaws exhibit. Look, and here we are in the lovely town of Amity. There it is. And look, there's the fisherman out there. You catch anything? Oh, my God, what's happened to him? His boat turned over, and he didn't even move. His legs didn't flail or nothing. He just turned right over and still holding his fishing pole. Then he got sucked into the water. Oh, my God. Oh, and we're heading right for him in our tram. Gee, we're really scared because you could see Jaws' head. You see the shark's head right under the surface of the water, not moving until that big machine behind him pushes him right towards our tram. Those of you to the left might want to get your cameras ready for this very spontaneous opportunity.
It wasn't even working the day we went.
No.
The tram just kind of drove by. The limp Jaws just sitting there. Out of the water. It's like, oh, great.
Now we're turning down New York Street, which is an exact replica of New York City. Bull.
Sure. Not even close.
Exact replica.
Where are the Nigerians?
The funny thing is, Rick was one of the tour guides at Universal Studios. He used to do that. Do you remember any fun lines?
Yeah.
Okay, here. I got to hear some of the real lines.
How many times a day did you have to do this?
5 times a day.
5 times a day.
Basically once an hour.
25 times a week.
All the roofs loaded on the tram. Let's hear. Okay, let me get in the mood.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sitting in the tram.
I'm sitting.
Universal Studios. I've been in a hot line for like 2 hours waiting with screaming kids, and I'm finally on the tram.
And here's Rick to entertain us.
And what kind of fun?
Cast your mind. We're in California.
Okay, we're in California.
Oh, my God.
Come on, Rick. You remember. Yeah, take that off so it's more like it was.
All right, welcome aboard the Universal Studios Hollywood Supertramp presented by Texaco.
You dick!
The Supertramp presented by Texaco, is it? The Universal Studios tour guide. I'm your tour guide, Rick. Did you say that? Come on, give it to us. I love it.
No, I wasn't a tour guide. It was a studio guide. I'm Rick. I'm going to be your studio guide, and Bob here's your driver. Give us the horn, Bob.
I'm so excited to be here. This is great. I got my camera ready. I want to hear everything our studio guide Rick has to say, Opie, so don't be talking. I got my disposable camera ready.
And I
want to see the Psycho house.
I'm on my honeymoon.
5 Points, Texas.
What?
As we come up through 5 Points, Texas, you'll notice that the doors on one side of the street appear to be larger than the doors on the other side of the street.
Why is that?
Well, that's because back in the 20s and 30s, when they were making a lot of westerns, some of the actors weren't as tall as they should have been to portray these actors.
This is the speed. And you sit there like, oh, this is ponderous, epic ponderous.
And, of course, if you ever see one fly through one of those windows, don't worry, because they can pick it up and eat it because those windows are made with sugar.
Do we have the bus sound over there somewhere? Get it. Where's the bus sound, Rick? I got to get the whole thing. I'm almost feeling it. Like I was there. This is
That's
great.
amazing that he remembers that. I'm starting to have flashbacks.
Yeah, I'm remembering the whole thing.
Okay, Pookie.
Dude, it was horrible. Horrible.
All right, let's pull away now from the Western Street. Here we go. In our little tram.
And as we pull away from 5.6...
Don't laugh.
We'll be coming up on a small town you might know as Amity.
Now the music would start, right?
Yeah, then we have...
we would have a little thing with a soundtrack so you can play different music for different sections.
Right, right. So you go through Amity.
And we see Bob. Hey, Bob, how's the fishing today? Uh-oh, there goes Bob.
That's it.
Oh, the chinks would eat this up.
They'll snap and think, oh, it's Jaws.
Well, as we make our way around, we'll let somebody know that Bob's having a problem. Oh, what was that? But then the shark comes up.
And starts, like, chomping at the side of the thing with water spewing out.
Yeah, I remember that.
But then it's real believable when Jaws backs up.
Yeah. If you look behind you, you see Jaws backing up into his original position. Now, what about maybe the Battlestar Galactica portion? Did they have that? The little tunnel?
Yeah, what else do you remember?
Oh, the tunnel.
Oh, the tunnel, yeah.
Actually, we more or less talked about it as it was the... you might remember this tunnel from the $6 Million Man when he ran after Bigfoot.
And you know that wasn't the tunnel they used. It's been on that damn tram ride. And then the...
King Kong. The King Kong ride.
Part, right?
They had the earthquake, too, with the...
Wasn't that with King Kong? The whole...
King Kong was on there, too. You come into the studio, they open up the doors, and then it closes behind you. Now we're in New York.
Tell us about the flood that comes down the hillside. And then the water opens up from the Ten Commandments.
All right, well, the flood is earthquake.
Right.
All right. So we pull into stage 54, I think.
Yes.
Which was a two-story stage. One of its kind.
There we go.
And as we pull in...
Are you stoned, Mr. Guide Man? You're laughing an awful lot. My young son here is saying you're stoned.
Well, don't worry, Hiroki. This thing will get very, very interesting in a minute.
Okay.
As you see, they've been doing some filming here. That's why you see some of the sets that have been set up. And
that was always a line of crap, too.
Yeah,
They would never film on the tram line, would they? That's retarded.
Actually, no, they did do filming for, like, what was the Beverly Hills Cop 3?
Yeah.
The real bad one?
Yeah.
When you see, like, the Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be on the tour. So, of course, it was going to be filmed up. But none of them actually. I remember the first time I was on it, they go, and look, running in the background, that's Rock Hudson for his show McMillan and Wife. Like, what?
That's
crap.
Hudson.
There's Peter Falk.
Yeah.
Filming Columbo here at Universal.
So now we're in the earthquake stage.
Yes.
And that's when the doors close. You know, this is where we're doing some filming today. What was that?
Oh.
That was just a little rumble. Those are tremors. We get those all the time in California.
A clever ruse.
Yeah, because then all of a sudden it becomes like this big shaking thing. The truck from the top comes down.
Yes, and bursts into flames.
Right. And then the water comes and it floods it all out. And it's like, driver, get us the heck out of here.
Oh, the heck, because you can't curse. Wouldn't you just be like, oh, my God! Oh, my God! Holy heck.
They were telling you can't do that because some of the people will actually freak out.
Oh, you should have done that. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't fake. Please get out of the tram and run towards the flaming truck that just fell and all the working machinery. Run for your life, Hiroshi.
Let's go to Jimmy. Jimmy, what's going on?
How you doing, guys?
We're doing well.
You know, I've actually done that tram ride myself, and it was pretty damn lame, I have to say. But there was one piece of that whole thing that made me turn white as a ghost.
What?
Do you guys remember the bridge?
The collapsing bridge.
Let our tour guide run us through the collapsing bridge, if you would please.
Now, as we come around to this bridge, you'll notice it's one of the oldest bridges here on the Universal Studios back lot, built in the 1920s, and it looks a little creaky, but we're going to try and sneak across it right now.
I remember that.
Okay. And as we come across, and then the trick is to keep talking like nothing's going on, and then all of a sudden the bridge drops.
Oh, yeah, because a couple of pieces of lumber kind of fall as you're rolling up to it, and then you get right on it, and the bridge kind of drops a couple of feet, it feels like. It's probably like 6 inches.
And then as you come off and go, that's just part of our falling bridge. You may have seen this on the $6 Million Man or The Bionic Woman. Remember when she jumped backwards, but her hair was going up while she was going down?
How do they train you for this, man? That's what I want to know.
Dude, it was an intense 4-week course.
Really? 4 weeks.
With a book about 6 inches thick that you had to memorize verbatim, all for $5.50 an hour. It sucked.
Well, it's all struggling actors anyway.
Right. They're going to make their mark.
So they could care less who they got because everybody was just like, oh, my God, I'm going to be working in a Hollywood studio.
Oh, a Hollywood studio. You're on the tram tour.
I'm getting churros for $1.50 less than the other guy.
Churros.
We pass our bungalows. How about the bungalows?
That's Bungalow 54.
He knows it all.
This is where Lucille Ball would stay.
While she was getting banged by Fred Merritt.
You should just lost your mind and just redid the whole tour.
That would be great.
That'd be hilarious.
Run for your life, people! Let's see, what else was there? Oh, this was a favorite.
The Chinks love this one, too.
Oh, my God.
If they could understand you.
Oh.
As we come up, this is what is known as, what was it called? It was where they did all the horror movies. But I forget the exact name of it.
Yes.
And you'd be like, right through those walls, that's where, the Hunchback of Notre Dame came walking through, and that's where we first saw Dracula. And if you look up there right now, there's one right now. Wave to him, everybody. It's the Invisible Man.
Oh, that old kid. Wave. And then everyone to be waving?
Yeah.
All the roofs. That's the Invisible Man.
And then, of course, you got everybody with their cameras going, where is he? Where is he? click.
Did you just want to shoot some of those people?
Did you want to shoot yourself?
I just want to shoot myself.
And then, of course, we get to Anthony's favorite part of Universal. That's where Moses parted the Red Sea.
Yes. Oh, it looked just like it did in the movie. It's like a fountain you drive through. It's a friggin' fountain.
It's pretty pathetic.
Many gallons of water had to be used and pumped out of this.
Did you have to do the tour during Gay Day, Rick?
I don't think they had a Gay Day when I was
at
there.
Universal, no?
Gay Day.
No, that's Disney.
Look, Rick feels at home talking into his little microphone.
Yeah. You could, but the funniest part is, can you totally picture Rick doing this?
Without a doubt.
Yeah, with a big smile on his face, wearing a Universal Studios uniform.
With a name tag. It's the only time in my life I ever had to wear a name tag.
And wasn't there a break that you took, like where you got out of the tram and went into the props, little sound stage, and walked through it and then got back on the tram?
They stopped that like 2 years before I got there.
By people pilfering the props? I remember they would just parade a bunch of people through these things and this, you might recognize this lion or this jaguar figure was used in Back to the Future next to the big clock on the clock.
They actually charge extra for that now. When I was there, they have for $150 a person, they take you to the individual sets where they're filming
the personal tour.
Yeah.
Ah, great.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Hey, man, I thought those rides were pretty damn good, except for King Kong.
You thought the Jaws ride was good?
Yeah, with the gasoline exploding and all that.
What, are you insane?
It doesn't take a lot to entertain you, huh, Anthony?
No.
All right, man. Thank you.
Hey, syndication when Sparks gets his own radio show.
It might happen. He's good.
Dog.
Yeah?
All right, thank you, buddy.
Later.
Bye.
Jim emailing in. Hey, Rick.
Yeah, where's my lame clip today? Forget it. All right.
Oh, this guy, Dave, knows the revolving tunnel Lee Majors fell into.
Where?
On line 8.
Line 8. Let's go to 8.
Dave, you have information on the rotating tunnel?
You remember the tunnel that spun around with the lights inside?
Yeah.
The lady told me the girl was giving the tour said Lee Majors got so disoriented that he couldn't shoot the whole scene. He kept falling down.
And that's a true story.
That is hysterical when you drive in that thing and you start looking. It totally flips you over. It makes you feel like you're
it F's you up,
you're rolling.
That was the only part of this whole tour that was actually exciting.
Yeah, that because it did kind of do something to your senses. It kind of
felt like you were flipping upside down.
But the rest of it, I love when they just drive you past their junk. And it's like, and this, some of these props, you see a plane here that was used in an episode of The $6 Million Man.
Or the giant
Everything
shoe.
is The $6 Million Man. The giant shoe, you might recognize from The Incredible Shrinking Woman. That was filmed here on Universal Studios.
And right there's the red Ferrari Magnum used to drive.
And it's just like this piece of crap laying on the side of the road.
It looks like cardboard.
Bunch of dust all over it. They don't even take care of the props.
It is not.
Yeah.
I think you're lying. Did anyone call you a liar?
No.
Never get anybody rambunctious? No? Pretty boring?
Pretty boring, yeah. Most of them couldn't speak the language, which was funny because most of the people that couldn't speak the language were the ones that decided to sit right in the first car with you. So you're trying to throw out your best stuff.
Your best stuff? I'm riffing on the Cleaver House.
I'm doing the top shelf stuff here.
Right. I ain't getting anything from, the little Asian family or the Spanish people because they don't understand English.
You might recognize this as Delta House from the movie Animal House.
And right there is 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Oh, I gotta get a picture. And can you imagine, going home and pulling these pictures out in front of people? And this is the house that was used. Meanwhile, it just looks like you're taking pictures of people's houses. It doesn't look like anything. See this house? Yeah, please. Could you put the goddamn pictures away? It's another thing. The advent of the video camera is just... Do you ever see people in wherever, museums, outside, videotaping and
videotape the Hard Rock Cafe? We're right across from the Hard Rock. People will sit on the sidewalk and they'll get footage of the Hard Rock Cafe.
And you're saying to yourself, does he go home, pop this in, and go, gather round, people, gather round, check this out. It's the door of the Hard Rock Cafe in New York. Okay. It's on a little longer. Just hold it. See, I pan to the car trunk sticking out from above the door. You see that? You see? It's a little longer now. Just be... There you go.
There.
Now, here is
a shot of my wife in the subway waiting for the train to come.
Here it is.
Oh, my God.
You go to these places like Universal Studios and stuff, and people are, videotaping them buying a hamburger at the place. Yeah. Who's going to sit and watch this crap?
Or the pile of lumber that is going to be the set for The Grinch That Stole Christmas.
Yeah.
But but it isn't yet. It's just wood.
Did you see explaining to someone what that is? Do you know how many years worth of wasted videotape there is that no one will ever watch? That's just sitting in people's houses. Crap.
All right, man, we got to take a break.
I used the video camera for 10 minutes when I first got it. You videotape everything, and then you're like, that's
whatever. It's in the closet.
Screw it.
Well, that's the end of our studio tour. We thank you for visiting Universal Studios Hollywood. And remember, next time you're in Hollywood, have your people call my people. We'll do lunch.
You did not say that.
Hold, I got to ask Rick something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did they have you come up with your own little closing line, or did they give you a closing line?
No, we just kind of stole it from everybody else. So they kind of had a bunch that people were using, so they would just pick whichever one you want to use.
So you're like a wannabe.
So you used that one. You didn't make that up yourself?
Nah.
You ripped some poor guy off.
Some poor Universal Studios tour guy got ripped off.
Well, yeah,
that was my line.
He got bumped up the backdraft, so I took his gig.
Great. Rick, the Universal Studios tour guide.
All right, Ed.